Because
Ben
an
was
old
like,
clarinet's going to net you a lot of money.
$700.
Holy shit.
Yeah, on that channel. What's it called?
Clarinets are expensive. Instruments are expensive.
Yeah.
So even though it's used, because I also can up the price a little bit because I got a newer mouthpiece, and my mouthpiece is wood. The rest of it's plastic, but my mouthpiece is wood.
I didn't know clarinets were that expensive. Like, I know instruments are very expensive, but I didn't know a clarinet would run you, like,
Yeah.
that much money.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Especially with their spit on it.
Being a
still.
band geek is fucking...
It's expensive. Not just anybody can be a band geek. And I've also got the plastic reeds, so they last longer. All you need to do is dip them in that cleaning solution, and people can use them. So it's fine.
So there's like, what's it called? Barriers to being a band geek, and it's like a financial...
Yes, seriously.
Like being a lawyer.
Yeah, well, not that expensive, but it's pretty close.
I was about to say, man, you're fucking dropping $1,000 on a clarinet. Just to
And then, of
fucking
course...
have everyone call you Squidward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of the reeds. The reeds are expensive, and then...
How much does a reed cost?
I could get a set of 4 wooden reeds for $12-13, but those chip pretty easily.
Yeah.
If you get the plastic ones, they're like $30-40. And they don't last forever, but they last for maybe 6 months.
And then you got to travel.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have your music stand and you have your band lessons because I wasn't...
Did you have a uniform?
Yep, you had to pay for the uniform. And we paid for our fucking plumes, which is just dumb because I didn't get to take it with me.
What's a plume?
The feathers that we stick in our hat.
You have to pay separately for the feather?
Fuck yes, we do. If you want nice feathers, and I wanted nice feathers. I didn't want old crusty feathers. I don't want to look like a shitty
I didn't
band
know it
nerd.
fucking
Let's
went
at least
this in depth
let's at
for,
least
like,
look fancy.
How much was that?
Yeah, how much is a feather?
The plume was $75.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know
For
what
a
type
feather?
of feathers they use. It's a plume of feathers, so there's like lots of feathers.
You can use it as a duster.
Shoot a bird in your bag. Yeah. Get you a Swiffer feather duster and just stick it.
Do you know how many robins I would have had to kill? Or cardinals, because we had red feathers.
I was going to say it has to be color matched too.
Just
Yeah,
spray paint it. Shoot a crow, spray paint it red, and you're good to go.
And then you got crusty feathers. There are people that would do that,
That's fine.
and you get crusty feathers. I was not going to have crusty feathers.
You could always tie dye it.
Yeah.
If they would have let me, that would have been dope.
Yeah, but they probably would have called you a homo out here for that, right?
They already thought I was a homo,
There you go.
so it was fine. That wasn't going to change.
You're like,
That's
I'm in
okay.
band. They were already throwing that at me.
I think it was mostly the girls I was kissing, but yeah, band too.
Fucking carpet munching under the fucking benches.
Oh, God, you make it sound so tainted. So how was you had a good trip? How long were you gone? It was this last week?
Yeah, so it's from Saturday to Saturday, but I would take off a day because we had to spend the night at the airport on the way out.
Why?
I don't know. I think they messed up the paperwork on the airplanes because they got delayed because of some rain. Mm-hmm. But then when it came to rearranging the gates, they kept moving our gate to other people's gates that were already there. So then it went from 4 or 5 o'clock all the way to 11 p.m. And they're like, we just canceled the flight. And I'm like, okay, cool.
We just canceled the flight. Cool, thanks.
That's exactly what happened, huh?
That sucks. I've had to spend the night in an airport once, and it's not fun.
It wasn't bad because there was like 2,000 other people there, so it
That
wasn't
would make
just
it
us.
significantly worse. What? It wasn't that bad. There were also
Wasn't
lots of
that bad 'cause
sweaty,
it was like a
gross
hostel.
bodies, and we were all miserable.
There was
so
a
it was
guy
great.
snoring over there. We had a Snorlax over there, and then like some older dude that just hunkered down next to us.
And they
then-
don't give you
And then you can't sleep because you're trying to watch all your shit.
they don't give you like blankets or pillows or anything. If they give you a blanket, it's like that super thin,
Yeah,
like
they were
it's a
doing
sheet.
that. I didn't
Yeah.
know where though. I kept walking around. I was like, I don't know.
Those blankets are always only like 4 feet by 4 feet. So
Yes,
barely-
they
Yeah,
can't
but-
even cover me.
Someone had like 6 of them, and I was like, it's only you.
Yeah.
And you have 6.
Come on, bro.
I understand the struggle. It's
And then
Was
some
he
lady
six-
had 2 kids, and so that's what kept me awake. Just the lady talking, because she didn't go to sleep.
Who was she talking to?
She
Her
called
kids?
someone. No, she called someone.
Oh, I
She's
was like, is she just talking to her kids all night? So
No,
they can't
the
sleep?
kids went to sleep, but she was talking to someone on the phone. She's like, "Oh, this is fucked up, and like this and that, like this never happened." And I got my 2-year-old screaming and kicking and whatever, and
You
it was
should've
just so
been
funny
like,
to listen.
Yeah,
to
it is
her.
fucked up. None of us can sleep because of your dumb ass.
Yeah.
Nah, it was cool with me. I was like, no one's gonna
You
rob
weren't
us
gonna
with this
sleep
crazy lady
anyways.
here.
That's true.
I don't think you were going to sleep anyways.
I probably slept like 2 hours. Yeah.
Wow. Ugh, that's rough.
And then we landed the next day at like 10. No,
AM?
11. Like 11 in Florida, and then I picked up the car and I still drove with no sleep.
I was going to say.
And,
so
and
like
we ran the
first-
whole day and no sleep.
Oh, man. I was going to be like, if that was me, first stop, nap at the hotel before we do fucking anything.
Probably
Oh,
couldn't even check in.
We actually,
Oh, well, yeah. You
Yeah,
probably
if it's
can't
early
check
in
in
the
until
morning.
3.
oh no, well, her sister was there because we were supposed
it
to
was
both
an
land.
Airbnb.
Yeah, we were supposed to both land on Saturday, but we landed on Sunday. They got there on Saturday, so it was fine.
No. It was,
Yeah,
no. So it was fine for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Finish the sentence. It was fine for someone else. You
Yeah,
all
but
were
they're
still.
the ones with the kids. So like, if you want anyone
Oh,
for it
okay.
to go smooth,
That's
then-
true.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know they had kids. How many do they have?
20.
It's like
What?
it's a little colony.
This place too.
Oh, okay. I asked how many and I heard twang. And I was like,
What?
Twang.
20?
20,
They have
yeah.
20 children? I didn't understand. Sorry.
They took up the whole plane.
That's why they got to leave because they just,
Every
chartered
seat
the
A through
plane.
C was just one.
Oh man, speaking of planes, have you guys seen that show Airplane Repo?
Yeah.
That's so much fun to watch. I didn't even know that was a thing.
They just repo airplanes.
Yes. And like I have seen TV shows where like they repo cars and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Is it like private jets from like people? And
right,
shit?
like they steal it. They steal
Fuck yeah.
they steal it from just really rich people who now they
Well, they're
can't
not
pay their
rich.
bills.
They can't pay it.
Right, right. But so that makes me feel a little better. Like I felt kind of bad when if I ever watched one of the car repo shows because I'm like, this is probably a working person. They're just trying to get by. You're
She's
taking
like,
their
"I'm a
only
single
mode of
mom, I'm working
transportation.
at McDonald's, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh man.
yeah. But this guy's like, yeah. So he owns a skydiving company and it's defunct, and he's trying to sell everything. So we got to steal these $3 million jets. And I'm like, yeah,
So they're like, oh,
fucking take them.
He held on to crypto for too long.
Yes.
And it's that one old guy, huh?
There's there's Kevin Lacey, there's Mike, and then there's that.
Kevin Lacey, is he in something else? That name sounds familiar.
What
I
do you-
think he's just got one of those names.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing planes like his whole life. Like he's been just like taking planes apart and building them back up for like 40 years. So he's the only guy I've seen that he'll be actually like in the process. I think 2 or 3 times I've seen he's in the process of stealing a plane, and then he's flying and it starts to go down, like something's going terribly wrong, and he's like, this is crazy, better go see if I can fix it. And he like climbs out of the plane. He has somebody else there he's like, try to hold it as steady as you
It's
can.
the camera guy trying.
And he climbs out of the plane and he's like, all right, let me just see if I can get this panel off. Oh yeah, it's just one of these, let me just fix that real quick. And I'm like, how are you not freaking out? Oh my God. I
it's
couldn't
all
do
fake.
it. I couldn't do it.
It's based off of stories, so
I don't
like
think
it's
so.
dramatized. It's dramatized to be like
well,
real,
yeah, it's
to look real.
It's definitely dramatized, but like he's had to make 2 crash landings. Like
So
I don't think
how
that's
dramatized is it though? Is it one of those shows where they're like talking about the story and they're like, and then he had to get out of the plane, and then it like cuts to a scene. It's like, dun-dun-dun.
No, like it's not even that dramatic. It'll literally because whenever
Like cops.
whenever
Like a camera guy following
yeah.
you.
I was gonna say it's literally just the camera guy in there. Yeah, so he's not
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
he's
for
not
planes.
the cameraman's not narrating at all, but the pilots, they will narrate, but you can tell when they're getting frustrated because the cameramen are like, hey, so I see something's going wrong with the plane, talk about what's going wrong. And he's like, well, the plane's gonna go down if you don't fucking move. I need you to move. Like, so you can tell when they're getting frustrated at the camera guys, but they're just doing their job.
The camera guy's like, hey man, just relax, okay? It's just my job. And he's like, well, we're fucking going down.
Right. And like Mike's never really been, Mike's not that dramatic. And Kevin, I don't think he's dramatic. He's just kind of mean. He's got a short temper. And so he just gets like, nah, get out of my face. But it's like, okay, calm down.
Well,
calm down.
The funny part to me is whenever they're trying to hide and they're like, come on. And the camera guy
Yeah. Because
with all his
you
equipment
can hear
running around.
Yes, and I've had twice.
Boom mic is like.
Yeah, pretty much.
And see, Kevin will be the guy that like he won't help the camera guy. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go from here to here, and if you're not fucking with me, and if you don't turn that light off, you're not gonna make it. And so he runs. Mike is the only guy I've seen that he'll climb over the fence and he'll turn around and he'll be like, okay, give me the camera, and like he actually takes it for the guy. Like he's nice.
So
but Kevin's like, all right, if you don't turn off your goddamn light, I'm leaving you. And I'm like, Jesus. But there was that one plane that Ken landed, and Ken's like the least important to me because he can't fly planes. So he
just drives them off the lot?
No, he basically just steals them, and then as soon as he is in the plane, he calls a pilot in, and then the pilot comes in, and then he flies it away. So I guess he does the hard part of like sneaking onto the airstrip and like finding which hangar it's in, and then getting in the plane. But he doesn't actually fly it away, and that's the part that's exciting to me. So I think Ken is kind of boring, but they stole a plane one time, and when they landed, like in the air, whenever you steal a plane, you need to make sure you take the flight logs with you, because that's like 2/3 of the value of the plane, because it has the record of everywhere it's flown and all the maintenance that's been done on the plane. And if you don't have that, the planes instantly lose over half their value because you just don't know what's been done to the plane.
It's
so
like Carfax.
Yeah. So Ken was like, this was a really nice plane. It was like a $2 or $3 million plane, and he had already spent. So his cut was going to be like $300,000, and he'd already spent $50,000 in like recon and plane tickets to try to follow this plane, because as soon as he gets close, the debtor like realizes, oh, my plane's about to be repoed, and he just flies it away. And then Ken's like, fuck.
He's like, oh, Bora Bora, here I come.
Right.
Yep.
So he spent like $50,000 trying to get this plane, and they're searching for the flight logs, but they can't find the flight logs anywhere, and they know the debtor's coming again. And so Ken's like, you know what? Fuck it. I've got too much money in this plane. Let's just get on it and let's get out. So he gets on and he calls a pilot in. The pilot comes in. They fly out. When they're on the plane, his Ken's like partner, Danny, is like, oh my gosh, hey, dude, under the seat right here, there's a compartment. I found the flight logs. And then
dramatized.
Ken's like, oh, okay, cool. We got the flight logs. That's awesome. But then he's opening the flight logs and he's like, this is kind of weird. They're making a lot of stops to Venezuela and Colombia. And Ken just kind of looks at Danny. He's like, this isn't like a drug plane, do you think? And Danny was like, I wouldn't think so. And Ken's looking through the flight log and he's like, none of these flights have passengers listed. Did you check and see if we have anything in the cargo hold? Because if we do, even though this is not my plane, like I'm fucked now. Like this is
part
illegal.
Of the business now.
Yeah.
So Danny's like, we'll check when we land. We'll check when we land. So they land.
Open that door right now. Let me peek in the back.
So they land, and there is a legit FBI team waiting at the airstrip. They had also been following this debtor and following this plane, and I guess they had a LoJack on it somehow. So when they saw the plane was flying and it wasn't going to a restricted space, because normally the debtor always took it to restricted places, the FBI was like, okay, we're going to be there waiting for them. And so legit, like this was not a dramatization. They took the cameras from the camera guys and turned them off, and they were like, down on the ground, like dang. Almost took them to prison.
Yeah.
And then luckily, obviously Ken remembered his repo paperwork. They were like, rule 1, always fucking remember the repo paperwork.
Yeah.
Because I've seen an episode where Kevin forgot his repo paperwork. And so when he landed the plane, the police were there and he was like, no, I'm just repossessing the plane. And they were like, okay, where's your paperwork? And he was like, oh, fuck. And so then he had to go to jail. It was only for a night until the paperwork got sent in. But like, that's legit. That will happen.
So this leaves me 2 thoughts. 1, if I'm ever own a plane and then go into debt, fucking scratch the logbook, so that way it's just not worth it for them even to come get it. Is basically
yeah, that's a good.
And then here's my other thing with the guy who's not a pilot. So you said like Ken, he would go in, he would do all the work, sneaking into the airfield, getting on the airplane and stuff like that. But then he has to call a pilot.
Yes.
So what does he do then? He's like, all right, so you hit the northeast fence, and you're going to walk about half a mile, and you're going to jump, and then you need to sprint across the floodlights, and they should hit right behind. Like,
Well, and
he
most
just
of the
explained
time-
how you have to go in there after that.
So no, most of the time, because his pilots know that these are repossessions, they're like, we're not even gonna come fly the plane until you get it out of the hangar and it's on the runway. I'm not coming.
Yeah.
So they have to get the plane, tow it out onto the runway, and then call a pilot and hope the pilot shows up before the debtor shows up and causes
Also,
problems.
A pilot is a pilot, so he can just walk through the front door.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to sneak in.
Yeah,
I'm the pilot. I'm just gonna fly.
The pilots, for the most part, can sneak in. But
the
if
front door.
if they can't, I've only seen one airstrip. It was like it's like an executive.
A super fancy, rich people.
Yeah. So they paid for a lot of security, and so
It's like John Travolta, how he has a runway in
Yes.
his driveway or some shit
right.
like that. Yeah.
And so Ken just kind of lied to his pilot because he didn't have any other choice. He was like, okay, so you're going to get down to this airstrip and we're going to be, or at this airfield, and we're going to be right on the strip. And like, you hear the pilot being like, okay, don't I need like a class, C or whatever clearance to get on there? And Ken's like, no, I don't think so. We'll have the gate open for you. It's fine. And the pilot, I think the pilot kind of, if he had the choice, I think maybe the pilot would have backed out. Because when he showed up and he tried to go to the front door, Danny caught him and was like, no, come over here. There's a hole in the fence on the side. And the pilot was like,
He's like, this is jank, man.
okay. Like, you could tell he wasn't that into it, but they still get paid their full day's fee or whatever, which is only like $5. It's really not that expensive to hire a pilot. I've learned it's like $5,000
I was gonna say, how much of the cut do they get?
for the day.
Because how do they get back? Just on another flight?
So yeah, that's
They got a parachute out.
That's one thing that they don't explain. And I think for the most part, it would be just a flight back. Although again, I don't know how, because most of the time whenever they land these planes, they're not in regular airfields. They're in airfields where it's like, okay, this is the only plane that's there. And the pilot can't then turn around and take that plane home. So that's something that they never talk about. But there was
Dramatized.
there was one time, I don't think that's a dramatization. I think they just don't talk about it because they're like, yeah, we don't care about the pilots. Like, I think it's something they just don't talk about.
Important.
It's the camera guy with the pilot shirt on.
Yeah.
The only time I've seen it where they're like, where I was actually kind of like, oh man, I would feel really bad for that pilot, is whenever they got the pilot, got the pilot onto the airstrip and the plane wouldn't start because the plane had a dead battery. And Danny was asking him, okay, well, what do we need to do to start the battery? And he was like, there should be a ground to power charger we can go find. They get the ground to power charger. It's also dead. And so he was like, what are our options? And he was like, I just need a 24 volt jump. That's what I need. That's what this plane requires to get it going. And Danny was like, okay, you wait here. I have an idea. And he leaves and he goes into the parking lot and he opens the hood of his rental car. It's got a 12 volt battery. He finds the pilot's car. It also has a 12 volt battery. So he takes both batteries out, runs back to the airstrip. He's like, let's see if this will work. And the pilot legitimately asks him, did you take the battery out of my car? And Danny was like, no, man, I had an extra. I was like, what the fuck? This guy's going to get back to his car.
Man, they're
and
doing
there's
repo,
gonna be
okay?
no battery for this poor
Will the batteries
pilot.
just stay there on the floor or something?
Right, because as soon as they charged it, they were
have to go,
gone.
yeah.
And so I was like, you know those car batteries aren't still going to be there. You just fucked yourself.
I mean, maybe they would be, like, because you go to work the next day, you're in the hangar, you're like, what the fuck are these 2 car batteries doing here?
And
then
a
you're like, hey,
plane's
there
going,
are
but they
also-
left 2 car batteries in
There's
its
also
place.
2 cars in the parking lot with no battery. So
Hood open and everything.
yeah, yeah. I'm assuming he didn't close the hood and like, oh, I'm gonna lock the car. He probably was like, ah.
Yeah, no, because he also, that guy Danny used to be a bounty hunter, so he's not normally a repo guy. So
Dude, this guy sounds
So
badass.
So Danny is my favorite, and he's honestly the only reason why I watch the Ken shit. And I told Ben about this one time. They had a plane that they had to move that was too big for the hangar it was in, so they could not. And the debtor did that on purpose. He put it in a hangar that was too small because he knew there was going to be no way to tow it out. So
But then how did he get it in?
I have no idea.
Take it apart.
I have no idea how he got it in. Maybe
Or
he
you
honestly,
build walls around it. Like you put it in
Honestly.
there and then
And
you
then
put
you
walls.
build the hangar
Yeah,
around it.
yeah. So
insane.
so they were in there and they were like, okay, so we can push, like the hanger was just wide enough that the angle it was in, they were like, we can literally push this out. But in order to do that, you need to get like a tow car. Like, so you need to be able to drive the car in, get around to the front of the plane and tow it out. And the front of the plane was pushed against the wall. So like there was no way you could get a car in there. So Danny, and I mean, Danny's a big guy, but Danny was like, fuck it, we're just wasting time. How far out do I need to push this thing? And Ken was like, Danny, don't be stupid. This is a 9-ton plane. You're not going to fucking push this plane. And Danny was like, it's just weight, man. And he went around to the front of the plane and he just pushed. And I mean, after 30 minutes, he'd pushed the plane out of the hangar completely by himself.
Jesus.
It was insane to watch. Like, I thought he was going to have a brain aneurysm. Like, the veins were popping so hard in his neck and his face was so red. I was like, oh my God. It was super impressive
That's
to
that
watch.
moment when you're pushed against the wall. Like, they always talk about like how like parents will get super strength when they're kids.
That's
He's
true.
Like, I'm not going to get paid. Ah!
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think Ben was kind of like along the same mindset of Juan. He was like, maybe not. But then after he pushed it out, he was like, okay, I'm going to go, check. Like he had to go do something else. And so Ken said, okay, while you do that, we'll finish pushing the runway onto the rest, or pushing the plane onto the rest of the runway. And it took 4 men to move it half the distance that Danny did. And I mean, Ken, the camera guy, they were like, you got to get in, put your camera down. You got to get in and help us. So the cameraman put his camera down and he was pushing. And there were 2 other guys there that were also trying to push it. And Ken was like, we cannot be out pushed by 1 man, guys. Fucking push. And I was like, that's insane. Danny seems like a badass.
Danny's one of those guys who works out like pulling trucks or whatever.
Right. Like he's like Mr. Incredible in the fucking train yard, just pulling trains. And he's like, it's just weight, man. It's just fucking weight. I'm like, that.
Every day getting up, bench pressing an airplane wing, like, oh.
That doesn't make sense to me. I was like, it's just weight? I don't think. Okay. But I thought it was really funny.
That's insane.
Yeah. I'm okay if we're stealing from rich people. I don't care.
I think it's generally accepted because they're kind of stealing from us.
All the time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no.
Well, by not making payments
Yeah.
on their planes.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
Yeah, that don't pay their fucking bills.
Well, that was like, did you see, it was like a couple weeks ago, everybody was getting on Kylie Jenner for like the plane rides that she would take. Like she would take her private jet from like Malibu to like Calabasas, which is like a 30-minute drive. Granted, in LA traffic, it could be like 2 hours or whatever. But it literally was like, yeah, she's using her plane ride and she's in the air for like 15 minutes. And everybody's like kind of split because they're like, okay, well, on one hand, she's rich enough to do it, so like she technically can. But on the other hand, they're like, come on, you're literally.
They're trying to say that she's killing Earth, I guess.
Yeah, like she's like, because they're
I
like,
think
oh,
we're all
expensive.
killing Earth. But I mean, yeah, Kylie Jenner too.
Yeah, but I mean, like a plane
I did not
ride
know that.
being in the air for 15 minutes, basically, literally going from the coast just to the. She will actually like go from like her like beach house or wherever she's at, fly over her other house to go to the airfield there to like drive to
Just
her house.
hire a driver in your nice car.
That's what I
drive you there.
Yeah, just hire a driver and get some shit to do. Like do
yeah.
cocaine, do heroin. There's
got
a
money.
lot of
Or
stuff.
play Plants vs. Zombies on your iPad.
Yeah, like you got
For 30 minutes.
I think heroin's probably more addictive. But yeah, sure, you could also play a video game.
I don't know. We should ask people that.
I think we should
What's
test
more
it.
addictive?
We should test it on you. We'll give you heroin. And then we'll give you Plants vs. Zombies, and we'll see which one you
Well,
ask
easy. I'm
for.
going with the
Which one you
second
need
choice.
more of after a week.
Heroin is the one that it's like you can use it once and get addicted, right?
Could you imagine if
I don't know what's true because, in Oklahoma, they told you that weed would also make you homeless. So,
is that what they did?
yes.
Did you guys have the DARE program?
Yes, I was going to say
Did you guys have some asshole who drove around in a big DARE truck 24/7?
we had a whole team of people come in and put on puppet shows, and the puppet that smoked weed always ended up homeless.
Yeah. You know what? Good for him.
I was like, what? Okay.
Just shirking responsibilities. Just
I
chilling.
guess I'll never smoke weed. And that's why I broke up with guys when I found out they smoked weed.
You're going to be homeless.
Oh, did you have your DARE card?
Puppet said.
Remember, they would give you a DARE
They
card.
did. Yeah, they gave you a DARE card. I didn't still have mine.
What's your name on it?
But
I think we were in like 5th grade and we ripped it right when we got it.
oh my gosh, no, I definitely kept it.
Oh
I
no,
just
we
lost
would
it.
like make fun of the guy. Like he would come in, he'd be like, "What does DARE stand for?" And we'd be like, "Drugs are really excellent." He'd be
Oh,
like, no,
that's clever. What was it standing for?
I don't remember.
Drugs are really
Excellent.
I don't know.
Does anyone here remember what DARE
Drugs,
stands for?
alcohol, rape.
It was drugs, alcohol, and drugs, alcohol resistance education.
Oh, drug and alcohol
you throw rape
resistance
in there?
education. Well, yeah, like all the bad things. Drug,
Like, well,
alcohol,
if you do
rape.
weed, not only you're going to be homeless, but you're
Ecstasy.
also
Ecstasy. Yeah, drugs, alcohol, rape, and ecstasy. It's not good.
drugs, alcohol, rape, and ecstasy. Welcome to EDM.
Oh, God. Gosh.
They should do that. EDM like Dare Edition or something.
So I told Juan, I don't know if I told you, but I have, now that you gave me the wonderful idea to put up this whiteboard.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I have random questions where I'm like,
Just put it up there.
I wonder what they do. Yeah, I put it up here.
I was looking at it earlier, and I was trying to be like, okay, where's this gonna go?
Yeah. So one thing I've been thinking about a lot is the shower stance. How do you guys stand in the shower? Like not stand physically, but like, are you facing the wall? Do you face the water? Do you face like sideways? Like when you're just in the shower and you're like,
Depends on what side of my body I'm trying to wash.
no, I'm saying like for the most part, like whenever you're like, I'm going to face this way to like wash my hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't,
I like-
y'all
I
don't sit
face-
down or what?
I face.
No?
You don't
And
got
then
one of those
rinse.
little. No,
That'd be cool.
I face the water most of the time.
You face the water.
Yeah,
Interesting.
But when I had my longer hair, I would face away.
I was going to say, I always face the wall. I like never face the water.
That's weird.
What do you do?
Face the water.
Yeah.
Really?
But I think it's a hair
What?
thing because when I had my long hair, I would turn away from the water because otherwise all the soap would like run down my face.
Yeah.
But right now with my hair short, it's all the shampoo's gone like 2 seconds after I put my head underneath it, so it doesn't really matter. But I think
Okay.
it might be like a, like how long is your hair type of thing.
It could be.
Because almost all women, you wash your hair like this, and it's like flowing down.
That's 100% what I
Yeah.
look like. Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but like you have short hair, I have short hair. Ben has pretty short hair, and he probably just goes under like this, and it just
Yes.
Exactly.
Why?
Because-
That's so weird to me.
because our hair's not gonna come down and like hit us in the face.
No, but so still, why not just do this so that it all flows down you? Why do you want it to like go? Why?
It's because the extra shampoo that falls down, if you have chest hair, it'll clean it up too.
Damn, that's actually genius.
I don't have chest hair,
I was
so I
gonna
don't
say,
know.
but you don't have chest hair. I don't feel like you do.
But other people do.
This works.
Yeah. Armpit hair too, it falls into the armpit.
Okay.
Babe, does my chest hair smell like my shampoo?
Okay.
Well,
I guess.
And or if you have
I
a
know
beard
what we're
too.
doing tonight.
If you have a beard, just
Yeah, but see, again, if you're like rinsing your beard or if you're washing your beard, then when you rinse it, I feel like you should do this, not this.
Well, I would do that because then it's not gonna hit my beard if I go like this.
That's interesting. I think I also just don't like facing the water because there's more chance that I'll get water in up my nose and then I'll be like, and I don't want to.
What are you doing in the shower to get water
Nose
up
plugs.
your nose?
Just, I feel like there's a lot of spray and like. If
Sounds
I-
like you're washing your hair like this.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like if you're going to lift your head up, you can't face the water because then you'll drown yourself.
You could though, like the water comes out, like this. You could just right above.
I know, but
put your nose right above it, and then
she's shorter, so
I was
that's
going to
true.
say, I've never had water hit just right here. It's always like,
yeah, she's shorter.
jeez.
I want one of those showers. I don't know if you've seen it. It literally like is its own. It fits usually in like the corner of the bathroom, and it's its own. It looks like a spaceship. Like you literally, the whole door will like open up, and there's jets everywhere. Like it looks like you're getting in a human car wash.
What?
And you literally could just like turn it all on. All of them have like a little TV and like lights and stuff like that. And like I literally feel like I could like lather myself in like soap and shampoo and just stand like this. And if I turned on all the jets, I'd be like,
Like getting a tan, like it looks like a tan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a spray
They
tan.
look.
Yeah.
I really want one so bad. It
And
looks
you just
so nice.
So you buy them and they go in the
They're
shower?
like $8,000, and it's like basically wherever. I'm just gonna pull a picture.
Okay.
It's crazy.
That's interesting.
It is so nice. Let me go.
That would be cool. I thought you were gonna say one of the ones where it just rains straight down.
That's
I've never.
what she wants.
I was gonna say I've never understood people that want those because I feel like I would just constantly. I couldn't be able to breathe. I feel like I'd be like.
Work, and they had one, and I was like, I always wanted to try it, and I turned it on, and I just went, whoosh, and I was like, change it.
I literally just typed in super shower, but it's like this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you just turn on all the jets, you could just like do that and then just spin around, and you wouldn't have to do anything.
That is kind of cool.
Right?
I would like that. And then I could just. Do they also have a lather system? So I just press a button, water, press a button,
That would be
soap,
so nice,
press
man.
another button, rinse. That'd be great.
What if that's the future of like in-home showers and stuff?
Then I'm
it's
here
like
for
a
it.
kind of car wash. They're like, no, this is it's like a little hallway, and you just lead right into your closet. You're like, all right, okay, nice and
Yes.
dry. I get
Yes. And I bet that would actually save on water too, because you're not taking the time to like, okay, now I've got to lather. Now
Yeah.
I've got to put soap in my
Well,
loofah
and too,
and
a lot
lather.
of the car washes, they're like, oh, we like recycle 80 to 90% of our water, so we're not wasting a lot. So why wouldn't you just kind of put those into?
That's cool. That's very cool. I did not know that you could recycle water.
Yeah,
You just refilter it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Las Vegas is actually really good about it, and even though they're probably about to run out of water in like 4 days. Well, that's because it's been super dry and the lake's low. But they actually are able to. I was watching this video, and they were talking about how they take water from the Colorado River, and they almost put all the amount of water that they use in Lake Mead. They almost are able to like put like 95% of it back into Lake Mead, and then it'll go through the filtration system. So they waste almost no water.
Wow.
And really the only reason Vegas is like almost running out of water is just because it's been so dry for the past like 20 years that the lake levels have gotten low just from like regular evaporation. And then there's less snow melt coming off of like the Colorado and everything.
Right. But global warming's not a thing. It's
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect anybody.
No, it doesn't. I'm assuming most people are the same in this, but what's your order when you're in the shower and you're like, okay, like now I need to wash myself? Like, what's the order? Do you do like hair first, body first, feet first,
I go
top down?
Yeah.
See, that makes sense. I feel like most people go top down. Top down, but I wash my face last.
No, I go in order. I'll wash my hair and then I'll wash my face, because then I'm like, okay, nothing else is really going to be like, other than just water hitting my face. It's
Yeah.
not going to be like coming down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I have a face scrub, I'll do that at the end too.
Right. Like that's what I do at the
Yeah.
end is my face scrub, because I don't use the same like body wash on my face.
You don't use a 3-in-1, a 5-in-1?
Dawn soap.
Ben does.
Yeah, use Dawn dish soap. If it's good enough for ducks, it's good enough for
Oh, what do you use? You use the liquid soap or like bar soap?
Liquid. Always liquid. Can't do bar.
Why?
Because it's gross.
How?
Why is a bar gross?
A bar is gross because it's just sitting open to the elements. So whenever you're done using it to scrub yourself and you set it there, it's just getting all grimy.
Yeah, but
and-
then you could literally just pick it up, put it underneath, wipe it a time or two, and you're good.
I don't want to have to, before I use my soap, I don't want to have to get rid of some of the soap. I want to be able to just grab what I buy and like squeeze it and use it. I don't want to be like, okay, now I have to wash away all this gross stuff. Okay, good. Now I can use it.
I just put it back in the box because it comes in the box.
Okay.
So try not to get the box wet. So you take it out and then put it back.
Okay. See, that's a different story. Do you do Irish Spring?
I don't know. I just buy whatever, and it comes like with 12, and then I buy another one because I get bored of it.
It might be Irish Spring.
Yeah.
It's coming with 12.
Irish Spring.
I had
comes with a
Dove
lot.
before this one though. So
Dove is supposed to actually be like pretty good for your skin. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of like doctors and stuff. They're like, oh, I just use Dove. And everyone's always like super surprised, and they're like, well, it's actually like pretty decent for you.
Yeah. But they spend so much money on their advertising and those types of campaigns that doesn't surprise me. Like they do the work to put the word out there that it's like, no, this is actually
No,
pretty
it's
decent
actually- yeah.
stuff.
It's not just like, Head and Shoulders 3-in-1.
Right.
Ugh.
Right. Well, and it's not just like not that I haven't used Aveeno products, but it's not just like Aveeno rich, natural moisturizing. It's like, they'll be like, hey, this is your skin after Dove soap. This is your skin after this, the next competitor. There you go. And then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So liquid or bar?
I've done both, but right now I use a shower gel. I would like to go back to Dr. Squatch.
No, but that's your go-to then, yeah.
Yeah. Because those ones were
And
really
that's
nice.
bar, right?
Yeah, it's bar soap. It was like, I think I had the subscription where you'd get like 2 a month, and it was like every month I could kind of switch out what I wanted.
Yeah.
But they had some really good smelling ones, and they would last me. It was about.
But then do you just rub the bar
Rub the bar
on
directly
yourself?
on your body.
Is that what you do? What do you do?
Yeah, I put it on a loofah.
Put it in a loofah?
Yeah, so I can scrub off the dirt. Like I've tried doing just the bar on your body, but it doesn't like scruff off. Like
It doesn't exfoliate. There are some bars that are better. My friend's mom would always make
Have like the
soap,
little beads.
and she would make her coffee
I guess it
soap
depends on the bar.
was like real, like wasn't. I don't want to use the word like rough, but it would
Yeah.
like exfoliate.
Yeah.
It felt real good, but
I always have to have whatever body wash I use. It has to have the beads in it because I need to scrub like
You
the
need to
dead
feel all
the
that
dead
on.
skin off. I need to I just need to feel like I'm scrubbing myself
do you
raw.
guys use your loofahs like every day? Exfoliate every day?
No, probably every other day because I used to do it every day, and then my mom told me that was bad for my skin.
Yeah,
I
that'll
don't,
really dry out your skin.
and I don't know if that's true or not, but I just
well, when I worked,
when my mom tells me, things,
when
I
I
do
worked
it.
on cars a lot, I had to. Cause
Yeah,
I was
well,
always
that makes
dirty. I was
sense.
like,
yeah,
like,
if
I gotta
you
take
have
this
like the
dirt
grease
out.
and stuff, then you have to. But then you can at least narrow it to the places where you really need to scrub, not just all over.
Yeah.
And I will do the all over exfoliating. I'll probably do that like every other shower, but that's probably still too much. You should probably only do that, I don't know, once a week. I don't know.
I think it's something like that.
I don't wash
Depends what
once or
you do
twice
on
a
a
week.
daily basis.
I don't
Yeah.
wash my hair every time because I know that's not good for you. But it took me years to be able to train my hair so that I could do that because my hair was so oily.
Was it?
Yeah, because that's just how my hair was. But then, of course, my sister went to cosmetology school, and so now that she like does hair professionally, she's like, okay, use these 2 products. These are going to help your hair stop being oily, and only use them once a week. And I was like, that's impossible. It can't be done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did it. It's actually very easy. You just need to buy like actual decent products. But I didn't know that made a difference. I thought they were just trying to steal your money. No, it makes a difference.
Sometimes it's they're trying to save your money, but sometimes they're actually trying to make a difference.
Yeah. Quality hair products and skincare products, I've learned those are actually really good.
You just got to drop a little bit of money, or really, it's just finding the one that's good for you.
Yeah.
Because like I tried a couple different face stuff, and it didn't work until I got this like oh man, I don't remember what it's called, Black Wolf or something like that. Yeah, and that one works really good for me.
I don't know if I've heard of that one.
It was good. I got it in the little like bespoke post thing. You know what bespoke post is?
No.
It's like every month they'll send you like a box of just kind of like different stuff. Like you'll basically fill out a questionnaire for like what you're interested in, and then they'll send you like I've gotten like a cast iron skillet with like pancake and like special super fancy syrup.
That's cool.
I've gotten like a hammock and then like a picnic blanket that is like
That's cool.
waterproof on the bottom. I forgot to usually like every month I would just like kind of like cancel my subscription just because we were trying to save and whatnot. But like this month on the 1st, I forgot to go do it. So now they're sending me like a super fancy like fillet knife.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's really cool, and you can just kind of like treat yourself that way and get
That's cool.
some really nice stuff. But they have anything like you could think of, and they're all like from smaller like companies in the U.S. too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you're kind
Like
of supporting
startups.
smaller businesses.
Yeah.
When you guys go to the bathroom, do you wipe sitting down or standing up?
What kind of psychopath wipes standing up?
So maybe I should have said this in the beginning. This isn't a place of judgment. Okay? This is supposed to be a loving space, not from Juan, but from you. This is supposed to be a loving space where I can come and share all of my insecurities
You can share them.
and not be judged for them.
We're recording. It's gonna happen.
So sitting down or standing up?
I don't know what that
If I
means.
stood up, it would be messier. I sit down, and you got to go front to back.
Well, yeah, obviously
Yeah, I
front to
hear
back.
that a lot.
Yeah.
But you obviously you wipe sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you wipe standing up?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not as of.
Not since
Today.
we answered this
Yeah.
question.
No, like a year ago, I learned that it was weird, and I was like, oh. But I don't.
Would you see
I-
someone
I
else
would-
doing it or something?
No, we had a conversation about this
Oh,
at
okay.
work, and somebody was like, "Yeah, people that wipe standing up are weird," and I was like, "What? Why?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Why are we weird?" Because I don't know. I like to get an extra workout in. I would stand up and squat.
I like to do
so
some squats, yeah.
yeah, so like
I mean, I understand.
It
if
was
you're
the
like
same.
At like a nasty like park bathroom or something.
Yeah, I
where you're
don't
like,
wanna
I
touch
don't
the
even
toilet
wanna-
seat. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like other than that, like if I'm in my own house, why would you get up, man?
no, I guess that makes sense. And I mean, now that I've changed, it was hard to change at first, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
now I see. I'm like, okay, this is why people do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know like who taught me to. I don't remember somebody. I don't remember somebody teaching me how to go to the bathroom. I think I just made do with what I had, and I thought that's what you did.
It's just common sense.
I don't know. I thought I could see, and I thought the squat. I thought I wiped better than if you were just sitting. That's what I thought.
There you go. Yeah.
But
Then do it that way.
well, but now I can't. Now I'm used to sitting down. I was curious. Do you guys have any, I don't know how to explain this. Because they're not superstitions, but they're just like weird things that you'll do that you're like, I know this doesn't really fix anything. If I drop a goldfish on the floor, I'll pick it up and I'll blow on it. And it's like, that's not cleaning it, but I'll do that and I'll still eat it.
The only like superstition thing that I ever really kind of had was like before sports games, I would always like, even if I didn't have to go to the bathroom, I would have to like
Try
and go to the bathroom. And I don't know where I got it, but I would just start. I think it was because at my high school, the porta potty for some reason was like way far away from the baseball fields in the middle of this field. I don't know why they put it there, but it was like pretty far. And I would like jog to it. And I would just be like, before game pisser, gotta take one every game. And like games that I didn't try to go pee and sing the song, I just wouldn't do good. I would
Okay.
like get in my headset. But that's really
I was gonna say, so
That would.
I have something similar before we would go perform before we would perform the halftime show, or if we were going to a band contest before we would perform. I would also have to try to go to the bathroom, even if I didn't feel like I would have to go. And but the song that I always sang was "Gotta pee, gotta pee, gotta pee." Ho-ho. That's always what I would sing. Like that's like the whole time I was going to the
Were
bathroom.
you skipping?
No,
No.
no, I would
Just walking normally?
No, I would walk on my tiptoes, and I'd be like, "Oh, gotta pee, gotta pee, gotta pee." Oh, even
I
if
would
I
just
didn't
be
really have to
jogging.
pee, even if I didn't really have
yeah.
to pee. That's
But I
what
like
would
had to do it. Otherwise, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna have to pee in the fourth inning, and then
Yep.
I'm not gonna make it back, and I'm gonna like, there's just like all these things.
That's great. Yeah, so I would do that.
But other than that, I never really had any like superstitions or like anything that I really had to do.
When you flush, do you leave the toilet lid up or down?
Do I leave it up or down? There you go. Hey, if I'm
Just leave it up.
What about you when you flush? Do you leave the lid open or close it?
I
I'll
guess
put
it
the seat
depends.
part back down, but I'll leave the lid up.
If there's
I was going to
there's-
say that just releases all the bathroom particles in the air.
It depends. If
gotta
we have
put the lid
people, I'll
back.
put the lid down. But if it's just us in the house, I'd probably leave it up. But close the door.
Also, I don't think that the toilet seat, when you close it, is an airtight.
The lid?
Yeah, it's not gonna. You're still gonna get some.
But
Also,
you're
you
gonna.
flush the badness away.
I've
so-
seen I've seen like
Reports,
not reports.
studies.
Yeah, I guess you could call them studies. But it was like they're actually, when you flush the toilet, because they were talking about in this study, it was specifically how workplaces can sometimes contribute to people's asthma problems if they already have pre-existing conditions. And I was thinking it was like they're not filtering the air enough in the air or in the
They're not changing their.
In the vent.
Yeah. But it was actually no, whenever you are in a bathroom with toilets that don't have lids and you have to just constantly flush, those waste particles are actually being launched in the air. And they just linger in the air for probably 15 to 20 minutes before then they settle on the floor, but they're still there.
Well, that's like,
And they're like, if you close the lid, that cuts down on 90% of that. And ever since I read that, I always have to flush with the lid shut because I'm like, that's insane. I can't with the particles. It scares me, but I don't know why. Cool. Because there's other things that I'm sure like, oh no, this causes particles and it doesn't bother me.
well, that's like, the like touch screens at McDonald's and stuff where you can order at like the touch screen now or whatever.
Oh, that's fancy.
They tested like so many, and it was 100% of them had fecal matter on it.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
Your phone screen has fecal matter on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Yep. You have
Everybody brings their phone to the toilet.
And there's also, I've seen studies on the air dryers that are supposedly, better for the environment. And that is full of fecal matter, the hand dryers.
It just sprays it everywhere.
Yes. So I don't use those anymore. They actually, the TikTok that I saw, he would compare it between drying his hands or just, if that was the only option available, just like flicking his hands in the bathroom. And it's better if there's only an air dryer, it's actually, you end up with far less fecal matter if you just air dry.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's way better.
Interesting.
And they went to gas stations that are known for having like clean bathrooms. Like the On Q normally has a pretty clean bathroom, and they have like the Dyson hand
The one
dryer.
that you dip your hand in.
Yeah. And that was one of the worst. It was one of the grossest. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Those
I
are
didn't
the ones
know.
that dry your hands the fastest too. Those ones that they always have them at airports.
They
and stuff.
dry your hands with people's shit.
Yeah, with everyone else's germs.
Yeah. And I'm normally not even that big of a germ person, but of course, ever since I saw that, I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah, but I think fecal matter is a different
Yeah.
thing than like, I'm normally not that crazy cleansy, but I heard poop is everywhere.
Yeah.
I started freaking out.
Yeah. And I took, after I saw that TikTok, I went and I got alcohol wipes and I cleaned my phone, which I already try to do like once a week, but I did that. And then I took apart my keyboard. I like literally took every single key off of the keyboard, cleaned it, and then cleaned the base of the keyboard, and it took me 2 hours.
Yeah, it takes a while. I probably need to do that with my keyboard, take it all out. I usually just get the
a can of air would have been helpful to get the bigger pieces, but I did not have one.
Flip it over and then like hit it on the table and all the
stuff comes out. Yeah, I'll do that. And then you're like, oh, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what? Weirdest thing, working in retail, this shouldn't even be a story I have to tell. I don't know if this person was just angry at Kohl's or if they really didn't think they could make it to the bathroom, but they took a shit in the fitting room and wrapped it up in clothes. So when we're in there like, man, there's a random pile of clothes. We got to get them all out so that we can refold them. It was horrific. It was bad.
What kind of clothes was it in? Like a long sleeve T-shirt?
It was in there was a pile of just, it was like dress pants, dress shirts, pants, like men's suits. Like, I don't know what the fuck this person was doing. They picked all of the most expensive merchandise. That's why I feel like maybe they were pissed at Kohl's, but I don't know why. I mean, all you do is hurt employees when you pull shit like that. You're not getting the corporation. You're getting me.
I took a shit.
The local store.
And some 17-year-old kid is going to have to go clean it. That's what you're doing.
They're like, hey, Timmy, it's your first day. We need you to go clean shit out of the fitting room.
But see, that helps the kid, though. The kid then's like, I don't want to stay here for life.
Yeah. He's like, I'm out of here.
I'm going to go to school now. Like,
It inspires the kid to go back to school. He's now a doctor. And he does
What
TED
made you wanna
Talks
become
about
a doctor?
his
Well, I was
experience.
working at Kohl's, and on my first day, someone took
Yeah.
a shit in the fitting room and covered it with a suit jacket. And They told me I was going to have to clean it, and I said, you know what? I'll be a doctor. It's easier than this.
I'll be a doctor instead.
be a
You never have to deal with vomit or shit or other bodily
Yeah, but at
fluids
least
as a
it's
doctor.
not wrapped in a
well, if you do,
I mean, you
get
know
paid
that
for
it's
it.
coming. Yeah.
If you do, you're getting paid for it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
I'd rather clean up shit making $200K a year than
Well,
clean
yeah.
up shit making minimum wage at fucking Kohl's.
Yeah. No, I would agree. On my, that wasn't that obviously didn't happen on my first day. But what did happen on my first day is our loss prevention guy, James, came out and he was just like looking for someone. He was just like, what's your name? And I was like, Haylie. And he was like, all right, come in here. And I was like, oh, fuck, what'd I do? Like thinking I had stolen something.
I stole something.
And I walk in and there's a woman in there and he's like, I just need you to sit in here with me until the police come. And I was like, okay.
That's weird.
Okay. Okay. And so I just sat in that room for like 30 minutes with this woman who had stolen. I think she had tried to steal like $400 worth of merchandise, but it was like jewelry. It was bras and shirts that she had put on under a hoodie. And she had tried to put shirts and things like in her pants. And so I just had to sit there while James, and I mean, she was the same age as me. I recognized her from my high school. She did not recognize me. And I could,
You were like, thank God.
And the only reason I know that is because she was asking me questions that I'm like, there's no way I could answer this. Like, I'm a child. She's like, do you know if they're going to call my mom? Do you know if they're going to send me to jail? Do you know if I'm going to have to tell my mom? I'm 17. And I was like, I'm also 17. I don't know. This is my first day, Nicole. And he was like,
Nicole, and she's like, wait, Squidward?
Fuck. Probably. But I had to sit in there while James is asking. I mean, he wasn't being mean, but I mean, he probably has this list of questions that like he has to ask. And so then the police came, and the police, I thought, were kind of rude. But again, you're dealing with somebody that's stealing. So okay, I do have my last question.
Okay.
Do you guys, at least that was on my board of questions, do you guys have any dead lovers?
I don't. I might. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Any people that you've slept with that are now dead?
No, that's weird.
How do you know that so instantly?
Because I'm too young to like...
I only
Have you
one
not
that
had
could-
tragic things happen to young people?
Not that I know of.
Oh. Do you?
I don't think so. My first girlfriend in 5th grade. All of a sudden, her family had to move real quick to LA.
Dang.
So she
got
might
famous.
be dead. Yeah, she might be dead, but I don't know.
My first boyfriend.
Is dead?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We were...
Was he 50 or something?
No.
At a retirement home?
No, this is actually
She's
so
like, that's how I got my
sad.
Hyundai, actually.
No, when he died, there was like a newspaper article about it because we went to the same elementary school, but when we went to middle school, there were 2 middle schools that you could go to, and like all of my friends, my whole entire class, because we moved, went to LMS, and I was the only one that went to IMS. So I'm starting middle school and I don't know anybody, and it's freaking awkward because it's middle school. But when I was in like 7th grade, people one day in school, people were like, oh my gosh, did you hear about those 3 brothers that died? And I was like, damn, 3 brothers, how old were they? And it was my very first boyfriend in 2nd grade. It was Dustin, his younger brother Dale, who was my sister's age, 2 years younger than me, and their oldest son was 16,
accident.
just learned how to drive, and that poor family lost all 3 of their sons in one accident. And I was like, wow, that's insane, because he was like 14.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's insane.
I didn't have anything like that, or at least not anyone that I like really know.
Yeah.
Like there might have been something or like someone. I'm sure my mom's been like, "Did you went to Kim? Like, did you see this guy? You know, he went to Kimball. He was 2 years younger than you." And I'm like, I don't know who that is. Mom.
Yeah, and I would have stuff like that happen too. But I remember I was like, oh fuck, that hit me. And I went home and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, do you remember that my old boyfriend Dustin from elementary school? And she said, the one that you broke up with after he told you that he loved you. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, he's dead. And she was like, you feel bad? And I was like,
heartbreak, huh?
no, I don't feel.
Like you said no before. You said no again.
I wasn't.
She's like, well, you don't love him, so what are we talking about this for?
Yeah, I was dead. She's like, I don't know why you're talking about this. And I was like, I don't know. It just makes you think, doesn't it? And she was like, not really.
The only
okay
thing that I had, like kind of like that happen to was like there was a like horrific murder in Tracy. Well, not in Tracy, but the person was from Tracy.
Oh man.
And I would deliver Chinese food to her house. And like I remember, like she was like a regular, so sometimes we would talk, and she would always talk about like Five Nights at Freddy's. So she was like a gamer, so we would just kind of talk about like games or whatever. Blah, blah. And then it was like, yeah, they found her body in like one of the like water canals in Fresno or something like that.
Fudge.
And I just remember being like I didn't know her, but she was also a regular that I would deliver to. So, and it wasn't even like, oh, I would just talk to her at the restaurant. Like I would talk to her at her house.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's
different.
Me and one of the other guys who I think we would end up delivering, for whatever reason, me and him delivered to her like a lot.
Yeah.
And we were both just kind of like, feels kind of weird. Like,
Yeah, it does. It just feels
like,
weird.
I don't know.
I know there was a kid in my same grade, Jesse. He was very popular because he was a really nice kid.
His name was Jesse.
He was also super cute. So he had an older sister who was in high school. I didn't know her, but I heard a story. God, one of the like million times I've put my foot in my mouth. I was talking to my friends. Before school started, and you got to the middle school, you had to sit in the pit. It was just basically like we called it the pit, but it was just basically a section of the assembly room that was down a little lower, so the stage could be the same height as the floor. They didn't need to build the stage up. They just made the floor go down, and there were seats in there. So you would hang out at the pit, and that's really where you would see, that's really the only time where you saw all of the kids, because most of the time you're in like classes with 10 or 15 kids or something. But so I was talking with two of my friends, and they were like, did you see what happened to Lindsay? And I was like, who's Lindsay? And they were like, Lindsay, she was a girl which first of all, let's stop. If I ask you, who's Lindsay? And you know that Lindsay is the sister of someone we go to school with, your first response is, Lindsay is Jesse's sister. That's your first response. My friends are fucking stupid. And I said, who's Lindsay? And they said, Lindsay is that girl that went missing from the Yukon High School. And I was like, oh, fuck, why is she missing? Well, apparently she met this guy online, and he said, hey, can I come pick you up? And she said yes, and snuck out of the house and met him. And I was like, well, it kind of sounds like it was her fault. And fucking Jesse is sitting behind me.
Yeah.
And
She kind of sounds like an idiot.
Right.
And then you just hear,
which is not at all true. And it's not at all her fault. It was clearly she was like sought out by a predator.
yeah.
But of course, that's not the mindset that we grew up with. It was just stay away from strangers. If you go with strangers, well, your fault. Like that was just kind of what was told
Stranger danger
to us. Right. Yeah. So, but I'm pretty positive either Jesse didn't hear me, or he is just the classiest motherfucker on this earth, because he didn't say a goddamn word.
Or maybe he's still planning your murder.
He's doing it very well, and it's gonna probably go off without a hitch. And I felt so bad because he obviously didn't say anything, and I'm still unaware that Lindsay is related to anybody that I know. They're just like, oh, did you hear what happened to Lindsay? And I'm like, no, I'm not a high schooler. I don't know Lindsay. Yeah. And then Connor was sitting in front of me, and Connor was like, Lindsay's Jesse's sister. And I was like, oh God, shut the fuck up. Fuck. Say that quieter. But he still didn't say anything. So I feel like he's just really classy. Or
he probably didn't want to talk about his missing sister.
I know. And it's shitty that other people were talking about her right next to him.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I didn't know her.
Exactly.
That's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. But yeah, no, she was murdered.
Yeah,
Not then. She was still missing then, but they found her body later.
Dang.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like how much later? Just like a year later or something?
I think it was like 2 weeks. Like he made shirts that were like with his sister's face on it. That was like, God. Find Lindsay.
I thought you were talking about the murderer made shirts. I was like, out of her skin?
Oh my God. No, I'm sorry. Like there was enough time for the family to like go and have shirts printed to be like awareness. We're looking for Lindsay. So that long shirt length of time.
Enough for a printing press to be used.
But see, I didn't sleep with Lindsay, so I didn't know her. But just we were talking about dead lovers. Like she's not a lover of mine. And I also did not sleep with Dustin. He just got really clingy. We kissed once and he said, I love you. And it was like, ugh.
In second grade, right?
Yeah. I was like, we got to break up. We got to break up.
Man, y'all were moving quick in second grade. I gave a letter to this
He kissed
girl.
me on the cheek.
Okay.
I didn't have my first kiss till I was 17.
In second grade, I gave a letter to this girl because I liked her.
Yeah.
And on the front of it, it was like, don't open it in front of anyone else.
Yeah.
And I see her open it in front of 2 other people.
God damn it.
And the moment it happened, I literally was like, this bitch.
I don't like her anymore. She can't listen to instructions.
Damn women. Yeah, I can't even read. Second grade lady. It said, don't open in front of anyone else. Probably all fucked up handwriting and stuff. Come on, lady.
No, I would respect
some
that.
respect.
I would respect that.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was classy.
But she also can't take it home.
Why not?
Well, like, your parents are gonna.
I think it literally just said, I like you, though.
No.
Like, it wasn't like, will you be my girl? It was just like, I like you.
My mom never went through my stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like, the most she ever went through was, I think I told you about the time when she found a condom in my trash can whenever I was like 18. And I was like, oh, fuck, which I just told you I didn't have my first kiss till 17. So I was not fucking at 18. It was definitely my sister's. But I was like, I'm going to bite this bullet because I cannot, I'm not going to sell out my sister. I'm not going to be like, oh, it was actually hers. So when my mom.
Man, you guys are better. Every one of my siblings would be like, nah, fuck that. It is theirs. It is that person's. This ain't mine.
So when my mom is holding the wrapper, like she was home before me. Don't know why.
She wasn't holding the.
No, I just walked into the bedroom and she's like, "What is this?" And I see the condom, and like in an instant, I'm like, "Okay, I'm just gonna tell her it was mine, and I'll tell her that it was."
On the cucumber.
I'll tell her that I had sex with Brandon. We'll say Brandon because of
like,
course I have no boyfriend.
She's like, there's no way Brandon has a Magnum. Come on.
And so when my mom was like, "What is this?" and I was like, "Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't think that you would find it." And she was like, "Haylie, I don't have time for this. I know it's your sister's. Who is she having sex with? Is it Alex?" And I was like, "You don't think it's mine?" And she was like, "Haylie, you broke up with your last boyfriend because he put his arm around you. I don't have time for this. Whose is this?" And I was like,
I don't think you made that jump in a week and a half.
yeah. And I was like,
What if you could have like a useless superpower? Would it be catching flies?
a useless superpower, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
It would be able to clean any room I'm in within 5 minutes.
Well, I was gonna say
It'd be
it's
so
a superpower.
awesome.
How can it be useless?
But I mean, like
I
obviously,
can't fight crime by cleaning a room,
That's
but
right.
it's super useful to me because I spend a lot of time cleaning.
What about if you can just turn into water?
Why that doesn't help me at all.
Well, it's a useless superpower is what I'm saying. What if that's my one? I just
Useless
turn into water. Just
You know what? That could be your getaway for if you're trying to steal something. Just turn into water.
And then-
How are they going to capture water?
why is my car wet?
He's Jesus. They turned Juan into water.
Just what is it, like fake people out, like create a new culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna turn this man into water and just.
Ooh.
What about you?
I don't know, man. That's what I looked at it and I was like, oh, she's gonna do weird superpowers. I was like, what if we had like useless superpowers?
No.
I don't know. I'd probably like, I would just learn like I could freestyle. Because I can't write a rap. That sounds good, but I could just freestyle.
Okay, no, you know what I would like? This could still be a superpower, but it still wouldn't help you fight crime. I wish I could understand every language. I wish I could speak and
That's a good
and
one.
understand every single language. That would be fucking dope.
But that's not useless.
Yeah, that's actually kind of useful though.
It's useful, but to me, it's not really. Not everybody else.
Yeah, but you can
might
be like
want
a
that.
super spy. You know what I mean? We'll send you anywhere. You know
I still
exactly what
don't
they're
have any
saying.
skills
Yeah, that's true.
that make me.
They're like,
a
we're sending this
spy."
lady in. She's gonna tell him she's a spy and give him her phone and keys.
Yeah, like it's not gonna work.
So they're gonna assign someone that has the skills to hide her and do all that for her. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'll basically be the cameraman. They'll
You're a
assign me a Kevin
suitcase.
Lacey, and
You're
he'll be
the-
like, "I'm going over
You're
here,
the
and if you're
person
not fucking
in
with
the
me,
earphone, and then you have to like tell them what to say. But
Yeah.
then,
But
your
see, now we
anxiety
found
takes-
a usefulness for you.
yeah, that's
But
true."
would it be useful? Because even though she's not in the situation, she would be like, "Oh my god, they have guns."
I
And
think
the
you
guy's
should-
like-
I don't think you
"What
should
the
be
fuck am I
here.
supposed to say? What the fuck? He's like,
I don't know.
Repeat
Those are
after
really
me.
big guns. Ask how big their guns are. But
Can you flirt with them? He's like, I'm a dude.
Well, I guess also.
She's like, well, try it. Maybe.
push your elbows together and look really lost. Like
Well, I was gonna say
that's what I tell them to do.
she can understand it, but like if you send someone out there, like they can't
Yeah.
speak it.
Exactly.
I was
So
gonna
they
say,
still can
and I could
communicate
tell them-
back.
I could tell them what to say, but they can't repeat
Yeah, they
like
can't.
full long sentences.
Yeah.
They're like, "Fuck, you need to slow down,
So
lady."
you still need to be there.
They're like, please calm down. And the guys are like, who are you talking to? We have guns pointed at you. You calm down.
You calm the fuck down. We'll kill you. Yeah.
That's a good one, though. Yeah, I'd probably just freestyle. And then they'd be like, oh my
Freestyle
God,
would be
are
cool.
You going to, freaking T-True's concert? What song is he going to play? He's just going to freestyle for an hour. He doesn't have any song, really. He just, different beats.
But something I've heard before, I don't know if this is true, that real, like true freestyle rapping is not just making up words on the spot.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
That's not what freestyle rapping is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but it's not that.
Yeah.
And I thought that's the whole point of freestyle. Was
Well, there's
you were just
like-
able to make shit up on the spot. And they're like, no, that's not freestyle. Freestyle is you can basically write something to any beat, I guess, maybe is what they call it. And I was just like, oh, okay. So you have time to go home and study.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, yeah, like you get a basis of like kind of like this, like a whiteboard, and you just
And then you just kind of go off of it.
Oh, so you just have these lines already prepared and you go knowing you might need to use some of them. And you
Yeah,
just
I
mix
think
and
so.
match.
Yeah.
Well,
Mix and
they
match
do
them.
that in Wild and Out. That's how they do that show.
Yeah.
Is that like a rap battle show?
What? You never seen Wild and Out?
No.
It's pretty... Yeah, that kind of covers it. It's kind of like a rap battle.
Nick Cannon. It's Nick Cannon. He's the host
It's
of it.
Nick Cannon?
Yes, he's the. That's where he gets all
Isn't he
his.
the one that was married to Mariah Carey?
Yeah, now he has
Yeah.
like 11 baby mamas.
He does?
No, I
Yeah,
guess
he has.
6, I think.
No, I thought he had more.
Is it
now.
6 baby mamas for Nick Cannon? Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like about to have twins with like another one.
Ever
Something like
since
that.
he left Mariah?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we like Mariah Carey?
She's all right.
I
mean, don't have a
thought,
problem
like,
with it.
I've heard
I think
that-
Eminem put her in her place pretty well when that whole thing went down between them.
What, she dated Eminem?
Yeah, for like a little bit, and then so she dated Eminem, and they broke up, and then he did the song "Bagpipes from Baghdad."
That's about her?
Yeah, that's why he says stuff like, "Oh, I've seen." I can't remember. If that was-
Damn.
But yeah,
That's a
Bagpipes-
good song.
He makes a
but-
couple references to her, and then she did "Obsessed," which is about him.
Okay.
And like literally, if you watch the video, there's like no way
that is
you could
not
get-
about him.
Yeah, she's got a white dude in a tracksuit, kind of like messing around, doing a bunch of
fucked
like
up. That's fucked
Eminem
up.
like hand things.
That's
and then
fucked
he came
up.
out with the warning.
I don't know that one. I need to look at.
Oh, that one's like.
I'll
like,
need to look that one up.
That one's.
Usually diss tracks are really good. Like they're some
I
of the better
love.
songs.
I love diss tracks. Have you? I don't know if it's about anybody, but another Eminem song I really like where he talks bad about some woman is "Desperation."
I don't think I know.
I don't know if that's about anyone, but I feel like it was either on the same album as the Bagpipes from Baghdad or it was about something else. But I don't think that one was about Mariah Carey because he talks about how the woman was using him for loot and Mariah Carey has her own money.
Oh,
So
that might be just his ex-wife that he had his daughter with.
Oh.
'Cause I think they had.
he does write a lot of songs about her.
Yeah. Also, his mom. He's got the song "My Mom."
I know that he even had to like end up paying her money for it and he was okay with it.
Yeah,
he
he's
was like,
it's
I don't
culture.
fucking care.
Yeah,
Here.
whatever.
Yeah. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah, that was all I had. So unless you guys have anything,
I think that was good.
I think it
I
was.
guess we should have at least one question.
Oh, wait, we also said that from now on we're going to have a loser to the podcast every episode. So who's the loser of this podcast?
Well, I was saying we got to have the people vote. The 5 people that'll watch.
I don't know what
this.
you're
I was
talking
going to
about.
say, yeah, we can have our five
Yeah.
subscribers.
Your mom, my brother.
Well, I'm probably going to lose then. My mom's going to vote for me. And your family won't vote for you.
No, they'll vote for me.
Okay, good.
Actually, I think my family would be pretty fair about it.
I feel like, and this is just personally, I'm going to state my case. I think I shouldn't be the loser because I've already had an ex-boyfriend die. And I just feel like I've been through a lot. So
Yeah, but you lose for trying to do that pity bullshit right there.
I'm going to cut it out then if it doesn't work.
And that's
I'll
my
cut it
case.
out.